and you couldn't handle the answer no. And I just couldn't take it, and you were throwing such a tantrum, and I was like, you're the biggest brat.
What is one piece of parenting advice that you would give me as the newer mom?
Whatever she's feeling, like validating those feelings.
I always validate her feelings.
Yeah.
안녕하세요. 하루 5분 동안 영어 알려주는 언니 오영언니입니다. 오늘도 메이크업 영상을 가지고 와봤는데요. 다음 영상은 카다시안 패밀리 영상으로 찾아오겠습니다. 그리고 혹시 보고 싶은 영상이 있으시다면 아래 폼으로 신청해 주시는 거 다들 알고 계시죠? 그럼 오늘은 코트니카다시안과 카일리제너의 Get Ready 영상을 같이 보면서 중요한 회화 표현들도 함께 알아볼까요?
First, I'm going to start using my super famous, gorgeous Kylie skin clips. If you don't have them, I would recommend you order them online.
I actually don't.
They're the best.
Should I order them online?
Of course! You are the oldest and wisest of the family. Mm-hmm. I am the youngest, which makes us both really, really special.
Yeah, the most special.
The most special. What would you tell your 23-year-old self? Something that you wish you knew. Gorgeous.
I feel like...
Take your time.
Okay. Basically, like, live your life.
Okay.
Which is just what I always say. Trusting in God. Like, I feel so grateful that we're raised having a relationship with God and just like being able to trust that everything will work out.
Yeah. So I always just trust that, like, when there's bumps in the road, this is
part of the journey. And
it's gonna turn out fine, and this is happening for a better purpose. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your makeup journey. When did you get into makeup?
Gosh.
Tell me everything.
Well, our mom always had the best makeup. She always had these like Saint Laurent lipsticks with they had jewels on the top of them. Did you ever see those? They had like a red jeweled heart.
Wait, actually I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she always had the coolest things like that. And so me and Kim would always play. But then when I was 12, I think, and Kim was 11 or 12 and 13, something, my dad's girlfriend got us makeup lessons. So we went to this place and they filmed us. It was like Joe Blasco at the time, like the Joe Blasco, like heavy foundations.
Makeup has changed a lot.
It has changed a lot. So that was like the 90s. And we had super thin brows. When you do someone's makeup, do you like notice things about them that you never noticed?
I don't know, not really. I noticed that you and Kendall have like a very similar nose.
Really?
Yeah. And I love your noses.
Thank you.
And you and Rob look the most alike.
Yeah, totally. I think Rob's my secret soulmate.
So like that.
I feel so much better already. Like a whole new person.
Yeah, you look...
I also didn't get my 8 hours of sleep last night that I needed. I don't know if you feel this way, but every year on my birthday, I kind of feel the pressure to like have the best day, have the best birthday.
I cry
every year,
and
so does
why.
Kim. That for me, for my 40th, was times like 100 because everyone was like, we have to have the best party. I woke up on my birthday in the greatest mood and had probably like one of the best days of my life.
Good.
I went riding bikes with Kendall and like some of my other friends like in Venice.
So do you think we should tell the world why my nickname is Tinkerbell? Like, does the world know, or should we keep that special story to her?
I mean, I think we've told it.
Really?
But I'll tell it again. When Kylie was 8, we went to Disney World. So you were 8 and I was 24, I believe.
I always think about you when I think about Stormy because me and her are 20 years apart.
Oh, okay.
Could you imagine having a me as your kid?
No, I love
Isn't that crazy?
That's so cool. You were 8 and I was 26 and we went to Disney World. So that was my first time ever going to Disney World. Every store we went into, Mom would get you guys whatever you wanted. Like you literally had everything that you wanted. And then we went into this one store and you wanted a Tinkerbell nightgown. And Mom was like, Kylie, no. She just said no for whatever reason, which is rare. And you couldn't handle the answer no.
I feel like
And
Stormy
so-
has that in her too.
She does?
She just like, she's me. She reminds me of me when I was
So maybe
younger.
you can be understanding with her when you do say no, but also teach her the lesson.
Oh yeah.
And I just couldn't take it, and you were throwing such a tantrum, and I was like, you're the biggest brat, you.
Courtney and I got in the biggest fight to this day we've ever had.
Yeah, to this day. I was like, you're the biggest brat. I'm embarrassed to be related to you. I was like, there's
yelling at me
kids that
in
are
the store.
dying. I was like, there's kids that are starving. There's
Oh,
kids
not
that
this
have
one.
nothing.
You pulled the line out?
Yeah, I didn't say there's people that are dying though, actually. I said there's kids that have no food, that have no homes, that have nothing, and you've gotten everything in this whole trip, and you don't get a Tinkerbell nightshirt, and you can't handle it? And then after, Mom made you apologize to me, and then I apologized. I'm really not embarrassed to be related to you.
Aww. What is one piece of parenting advice that you would give me as the newer mom?
Letting her be like seen and heard and understood. Whatever she's feeling, like validating those feelings,
Always
whether
validate her feelings.
yeah, letting them really feel like they have the freedom to be themselves.
Yeah. Wow, this nose.
Not a snatched nose.
Like, I really have such a talent.
You do.
Like, what? Okay, so I need to know how you really feel about, in the moment, about Kim saying you were the least interesting to look at.
Oh my God, I was literally crying. Do you remember? At the time, I took it really personally, and I was like, why would someone in my family like say something like that?
You're so cute. I feel it just turned into such a thing.
Oh my God, such a thing. And then obviously I could laugh at it and like, it's like a funny thing. And then Kim said she meant to say,
Okay.
you're the least, like something else. Should we call her and ask her what it was?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm filming this YouTube video with Kylie, but we just wanted to ask you, when you said you're the least exciting to look at.
I thought it was interesting, but yeah.
No, they made a mistake. I mean, it was exciting, but everyone ran with it and said you're the least interesting to look at, but you said you're the least exciting to look at. But didn't you tell me you meant to say something else?
I don't even remember. If I told you that, then yes.
Yeah, you told me, but I couldn't remember what it was. You're like, I didn't even mean to say that. I meant to say. I think you were just gonna say you're the least exciting, and then you added in the to look at.
Yeah, I don't know. That was such a low blow.
Yeah, she was asking me how it made me feel.
Aww.
All right, love you.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye. Do you know I cut all my lashes off on accident once?
Recently?
Like when I was 27. Shaved my eyebrows with one of those electric shavers, and it shaved from here to here, half on both eyes. And Chloe started crying.
Are you still gluten-free?
Ugh, I'm so annoyed. I just got my blood results back, and I have to be gluten-free for sorry, I don't know if I can curse. 30 weeks.
Why?
You know, it's like over half a year.
For what? For
Because
what
my
reason?
blood allergy is like almost like the next higher one is like anaphylactic shock.
Talk to me about Poosh. For those like who don't know.
So it is a lifestyle website that I started because I feel like I've gone on this like journey, health and wellness and others. It's so fascinating and I love to learn, so it's fun to be able to share that. And then we just grew our Poosh shop, so now we sell other brands on the Poosh shop, like just my favorite things.
I love that.
No, I was thinking of like funny like Poosh articles that are like inspired by me about edging. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like where you like have sex but you to the point but like you don't finish.
Where's this going with?
You don't finish.
Wait, edging?
Yeah, so it's like staying like where like you're
This is
about to finish.
This is not a millennial thing.
It's almost like who wants to just get it over with? What's the fun in that?
This was amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I will have you anytime. Call me if you ever need your makeup. I will be here.
Wait, I literally am going to.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming, Courtney.
Thank you. And I just couldn't take it, and you were throwing such a tantrum, and I was like, you're the biggest brat. Throwing such a tantrum, throwing such a tantrum, throwing such a tantrum.
이 표현은 처음 보시는 분들도 계시겠지만 실제로는 일상 회화에서 많이 사용하는 표현입니다. 이 표현의 의미는 성질을 부리다, 때를 쓰다, 짜증내다 라는 의미인데요. 마치 아이처럼 뗐을 때도 사용을 하고 성질을 부리고 짜증을 내는 상황에도 사용을 할 수 있습니다. 꼭 어린 아이에게만 사용하는 게 아니라는 점, 일반적인 상황에서도 사용될 수 있다는 점 참고해주세요. 예문을 같이 보면 데니가 갑자기 식료품점에서 성질을 부리기 시작해서 나 정말 당황했었어 라고 해석을 하시면 되겠죠. 여기 영상에서는 카일리가 어린 시절 팅커벨 잠옷을 안 사준다고 성질을 부렸었다 라고 말할 때 이 표현을 사용했어요. 그럼 실제 회화에서 어떻게 사용되는지 같이 볼까요?
You told Human Resources I was a functional alcoholic.
I am required to file a report on every teacher, and if you throw another tantrum, I will revise yours.
Oh, so now you're not talking to me?
When you're finished with your tantrum, I'd be glad to.
The snatched nose. Snatched nose.
원래 잡아채다, 강탈하다 라는 의미잖아요. 잡아채진 코라고 본인의 코를 이야기하는 표정은 아니었죠. 슬랭으로는 전혀 다른 의미를 가지고 있습니다. 같이 영양사전을 살펴보면 아주 멋지고 완벽하고 상태가 굉장히 좋고 혹은 패셔너블할 때 사용된다 라고 되어 있어요. 즉 의미는 아주 멋있는, 이쁜, 패셔너블한, 메이크업이든 룩이든 이런 것들이 힙한, 아주 잘된, 완벽한의 의미입니다. 칭찬을 할 때 사용하는 표현인데요. 같이 예문을 함께 보면 오늘 너 옷 이쁘다, 멋있다 라고 해석을 하시면 되겠죠? 여기 영상에서는 카일리가 코트니의 코를 보면서 칭찬하려고 언니 코 뭐 이런 식으로 단어를 막 생각하고 있으니까 코트니가 스스로 자기의 코를 내 코 멋지지, 내 코 이쁘지 라는 의미로 이 표현을 사용했어요. 오늘도 영상 잘 보셨나요? 벌써 봄이 왔네요. 제 유튜브 채널도 이제 5만 명을 향해서 가고 있는데요. 정말 많이 부족하지만 꾸준히 댓글 달아주시고 또 응원이나 격려해주시는 구독자분들께 감사하다는 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 그럼 오늘 배운 표현들 꼭 익혀주시고 저희는 다음 영상에서 또 만나요. 안녕!